Jade Cargill and Nyla Rose over the disputed TBS championship. Nyla had stolen the belt, blah, blah, blah. Again, the biggest remark I have is Jade Cargill again changes her hair, her look, her tights, her whole gimmick. WWE Creative Services would have a fucking fit. They would fucking set fire to her. You used to have to get permission to get a tattoo. Or if you got tights and they were a new color, you had to clear that. I mean, my God, every big show, she comes up with some different gimmick. But then she has none of her own. Anyway, match was bowl and shoe ugly. People were on their hands. The girls were in quicksand. And then finally, Jane won with her finish. FTR was not even in the building for this pay-per-view, but Jane and Nyla got plenty of time. Your thoughts?
Well, it's funny you mentioned FTR because I can't imagine they're happy right now. And I'm sure they just don't really want to talk about it because Dax Harwood tweeted something right before the pay-per-view asking fans if he should live tweet one of his old NXT tag team matches and stuff like that. So there's a little passive aggressive stuff going on. But, you know, Jade Cargill is what she is. I think she's got a great look. I think she's got a lot of potential. They have to protect her. Like you guys have said it's a similar thing with Goldberg. I think right now the shorter matches, the better. And there's a reason why they're keeping her away from, you know, the main event, or rather the main women's title right now with the TBS title. But one thing I noticed.
But can you imagine if any guy on the roster with any potential had the push and the undefeated streak that Jane has had? You might have something by this point. But the one person they picked to do it was the person from scratch that had never wrestled until she showed up there.
And the crowd doesn't help because I think something with the AEW crowd, I just don't think that they want to see women's wrestling because it doesn't matter if it's good or bad. And you know, we'll get to it later, but I thought Jamie Hayter and Toni Storm might have been the best match on the whole damn show. And they were still dead even during that. So I think they're also working against that handicap, and it makes the matches, obviously, as we know, it makes the matches seem worse when the crowd doesn't seem to give a shit about what they're watching.